guys, welcome to the Pretty Heart TV. So today we are doing something like today we are going to talk about how we apply our foundation without having it cakey. Now, you don't want your foundation cakey, you want your foundation to look all natural. So these techniques is very important for you to follow when you want a flawless look. I have my brows filled in already, I have my lipstick on already. All we are going to do is how you get a flawless look on your face like the foundation. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is to get your primer. Now what your primer does basically is to serve as a base between your face and your foundation. And there are different type of primer. We have the primer for oily skin, we have the primer for dry skin, we have the primer for all skin types. So all you need to do is to get what will work perfectly for you. For me, I have oily skin, so I am going with my Tara mattifying primer for oily skin. Okay, so this is just fine for me, and since I started using this, it has worked perfectly for me, and I think I'm sticking to this one for now. What you want to do first of all is to pump out a little quantity and apply generously on your face. So for me, I tend to produce oil more in these areas, so I'm going to concentrate more on these areas and make sure that I apply my primer very well. So applying your primer on your face cannot be overemphasized. It's very important to do this. I've experienced not applying primer on my face and applying primer on my face, and the difference is just clear. So what you want to do after applying your primer on your face is to leave your primer to stay on your face for at least 2 minutes. You want your primer to sit well on your face before you apply your foundation. That is the first step for not having a cakey look after applying your foundation. So I'm going to leave this on my face for 2 minutes and I'll show you how it looks on my face before I go ahead to apply my foundation. Let us wait for the 2 minutes. So my primer is on my face now for 2 minutes. I'm going ahead to apply my foundation. But what you want to know is that there are brushes for foundation and there are also sponge for your foundation. I would advise you to, it's advisable rather, for you to go with your sponge. Now, going with your sponge, you have to know the kind of sponge. We have different types of sponge in the market. That's your beauty blender. I'm going in with this one. So you want to make sure that you get a sponge that's soft, that when you put your end inside, it's just go deep. Like it's so fluffy, it feels really fluffy. Don't go with the one that I've used this type before. This one is so hard. You don't want to go with this one. This one is not going to get the work done. So I'm just going to throw it away. Alright, so what you want to do is to dip this in water. When you dip this inside water, it's going to expand. That's how you know the exact sponge to use. Like if you dip the other one into water, it's not going to rise, but this one is going to rise. So I'm going to dip this inside water and I'll use this to apply my foundation. Now the steps for applying your foundations are very important, so you want to stay all through to the end of the video to know the steps to apply your foundation, not make it look cakey. I have my beauty blender dipped in water already, so I am going with my Tara Flawless Matte. So So what you want to do is to get a little quantity. Alright, I'm going in with the first coating. You don't want to go put all the foundation that your face need all at once on the face. So I'm going little by little. So just watch out and see the quantity, very little. So you just get this much quantity and you go in with your beauty blender. So after applying all of this on your face, you want to make sure that you add pressure to it for the foundation to sit properly on your face. You don't want to go romancing it. No, you don't want to do that. You want to add pressure to it to make the foundation sit, like get into your pores. Right, that's the first step. After doing that, you allow your first coat to sit on your face for at least 2 minutes before you go ahead to apply more foundation on your face. You want to allow this to stay for 2 minutes because you want to have a flawless skin, right? You don't want the foundation to look cakey on your face. You don't want your face to look so artificial. You want your face to look natural, even with the foundation on your face. So after 2 minutes, you go ahead to apply your second coating. So just sit back as I bring to you how to apply the second coating on your face. The first coat is on the face for 2 minutes already. I'm going to pump out a little again. So you don't want to, put too much at a time. You want to go little at a time. Then you're going to apply the second coating on your face. So this is going to do well to cover most of the imperfections on your face. So this second coating, I'm going to concentrate more on the areas that I have spots on my face because I don't want my spots to come out after applying my foundation. After applying this, you want to make sure that you add pressure to it again to make it sit, like gets into your pores. Alright, so that's the second coat. For an everyday look, you might just want to go out like this because at least that's covered your imperfections to the barest minimum. For an everyday look, you can just go ahead with this and apply your powder and all the rest things on your face and you're good to go. But if you still want to go with the third coat to make sure that there is no sign of imperfections at all, you're going to allow the second coat to sit again for another 2 minutes before you apply the third coat. They run for outside. Alright. So if you are the type that has dark under eye circles, you also need to do something. I'm going to bring that to you shortly, how you're going to cover all the imperfections under your eyes and nobody will know that you have dark under eye circles. So to cover all your imperfections like completely, you want to go for the third coating. So you just go a little with a little foundation again, pump out a little foundation and get your beauty blender. So you want to add a little more water to your beauty blender for the third coat to make it sit perfectly without any signs of imperfections. For the third coat, you want to make sure that you add more pressure because you want it to sit on your face without people taking note that you have foundation on your face. So you don't want to go about romancing it. You want to add pressure, like add force to it. And that's fine. For your dark under eye circles, you want to go with a concealer. For this, I'm using my LA Girl Pro Conceal. So for an everyday look, you want to go with just one shade lighter than your complexion. So this is going to cover all the imperfections under your eyes. For blending my concealer, I'm going to use this beauty blender. I'm using this beauty blender because it's just going to sit properly under the eyes. If you don't have this, you can go ahead to use the normal round beauty blender, but it's advisable to use this because this is just going to sit under the eyes. So you're also going to dip this into water because you want your concealer to sit on your face without any sign of it being cakey. So just go ahead to apply pressure on it. That is it. So if you can see my face, it's looking flawless without any sign of it looking cakey. Cakey is not even close to it at all. So after doing this, you want to go in with your powder. If you want to set your powder, you can use a loose powder on this area. You don't get loose powder. So I don't have a loose powder. You can also use your baked powder for that area. For setting my immediate under eye area, I'm going to be using my Zaron mattifying powder. It's a baked powder. So I'm just going in with my brush. And I'm going in with the same shade to apply the powder on my face. And I'm going to press this in. So you don't want to just go about doing this all over your face. No, you don't want to do that. You want to make sure that you press it in like this. So you hold your brush from this area and press it in, because you don't want a cakey look at all. So after that, you just want to go around your neck with this because you want your neck and your face to have the same complexion. So you just go around your neck to do this. That is it for applying your foundation with a technique that will enable you not to have a cakey look. Alright guys, if you have any technique on how you apply your foundation without having a cakey look, feel free to drop it in the comment section below. And you guys, you know what? You know the trick. Don't forget to like this video, that's give it a thumb up, comments below, and share this video on all your social media platforms. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.